Dry places are getting drier, and wet places are being submerged in water as climate change and its effect progresses because of us. We all know what's happening. You feel it? I feel it. How many years do we have left?
Some people think that we can achieve it in a lifetime.
Some thinks that we only have 11 years before the world becomes unlivable. Who do we believe?
What do we see?
What do you see?
Are we to blame? The use of the term carbon footprint was popularized by the oil producers in an ad campaign dating back to 2005. The majority of the global carbon emissions, approximately 73.2%, comes from the energy sector, which also includes the world oil producers.
This term is arguably one of the most sinister propaganda that aims to blur the perspective on who the major contributors to climate change are. But sure, let's talk about it.
The Earth was healing, as they would say, when the global pandemic a few years back cut back on human movement. But as we were locked in our homes, struggling to make ends meet, the traffic cleared, the stars for the first time revealed themselves again, and the smoke that used to blanket Manila dissipated.
However, at the peak of the pandemic, carbon dioxide emissions dropped to only about 20%. A total cessation of civilian activity only cut back 20% of greenhouse emissions. What about the remaining 80%? The remaining 80% are attributed to the sectors of society that still run continuously even during the times of slow economic activity. These include industries, the energy sectors, logistics, and waste management. These industries currently run on fossil fuels.
So, even if the most motivated individual were to stop emitting carbon emissions completely, its effects would be too negligible to even consider doing. So, what do we do and where do we look now?
We do not need another pandemic just to watch the sky again. We can live with clear skies if we can fight for the adoption of green energy on an industrial scale now.
It is evident that individual actions alone won't make a large enough impact when faced with the many factors involved in climate change, due to the unequal scaling of influence against global industries.
What we can do is we can create a movement that will target those people in power who are responsible for the emission of tons and tons of greenhouse gases.
We can influence what needs to be done. We must know that in this fight for a just future, for a livable future, we must use the aggregate voice of this generation.
Modernize and decarbonize. Speak up or lose
Lose
the
the
chance.
chance.
Chance.